Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. It's the FPL Pundit here, and in this video we are going to be looking at the game week preview ahead of game week 9. So the transfer deadline is actually today, if you don't know. So if you have any changes to make to your team, you need to do that before 6 p.m. or I think 7 p.m. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. But before that, if you're new to my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification icon so that anytime I post a new video, you are going to be aware. So let's jump straight into the video, guys. Okay, yeah, first let's quickly look at what has been happening ahead of game week 9 so far. So we see that the top transfers ahead of the game week is Jamie Vardy, Townsend, Chilwell, Salah and Aspilicueta, and we see that the most transferred out player currently is number 1 is Lukaku, followed by Ronaldo, Alonso, Diogo Jota and Paul Pogba. So now, why are people transferring out these players, most especially Lukaku and Ronaldo? We saw that Lukaku got injured in the game against Malmo during the Champions League earlier this week on Wednesday, and I think before that particular match, I already made my transfers before that match. I've even done my top captaincy picks video ahead of game week 9 where I mentioned Lukaku to be the top captain. But now that if you've watched that video and you have Lukaku, and now that Lukaku is injured, you can just put the captaincy on someone else. But that's not the only thing that is going to be happening now. I kind of have a problem with my team. I had 2 free transfers and I've used both transfers already, and I have Lukaku in my team and now he's injured. We don't have any news yet on, so far we don't have any news yet on Lukaku. Is on return date is still unknown, and I don't exactly know what to do. I don't know whether I should just keep him on my bench to the following game week, or just take points hits to sign Lukaku. Before that, let's just quickly look at how my team is going to be lined up ahead of game week 9. So this is my team ahead of game week 9. Alonso, Aspilicueta, Livramento, Son, Salah, Townsend, Gallagher, Antonio, Lukaku and Jimenez. So the very first thing now is that Lukaku is going to be getting out of this squad because he's not going to be available, and I've been thinking of possible replacements for Lukaku, but as it seems, even Werner, who could have replaced Lukaku, is currently injured and will not feature in tomorrow's match against Norwich. But it's actually very disappointing for me, and it's very disappointing for Chelsea and many managers who have been looking up to Chelsea because of their fixtures ahead. Now, the only player that I think can fill up this position is Havertz. Havertz has played in that false 9 position before, and we saw that in the Champions League game during the week where Chelsea won 4-0, he played that position to scoring just 1 goal. And now, even if I'm going to try to bring Havertz to this team, it might not be possible because I would have to do away with either Son or Salah to sign him, except I'm going to be taking more than 2 transfers to bring Havertz. But I really don't want to do that because I've tried to take out Townsend of the team. I've tried to check if I could bring in take out Gallagher and bring in Havertz, but the cash I have in the bank is not enough. I have just 1.4, and if I take out either Townsend or Gallagher, it will only amount to about 7 million. And Havertz, I think, is cost around 8.1 million. I don't exactly know what I'm going to be doing with Havertz. Now that the fact that the first match of the game week is today, Friday, later this night, Arsenal and Woo. Okay, so Arsenal is going to be playing against Aston Villa. Now, I'm kind of really confused on what to exactly do with Lukaku. I was thinking of waiting till Saturday till we get news about Chelsea's squad, who is injured, when they're going to be available, when they're going to return. But now that this has happened, I'm just forced into making a very quick decision. Now, the question is, am I going to be keeping Lukaku in my team on the bench and wait for the next game week to make a transfer? Or I would take him out of my squad now and sign a better player, or should I say a player that is quite equivalent to Lukaku, and lose 4 points. Currently, we see that overall in the leagues, I'm about 1.3 million, and I've tried as much as possible not to take points. It is very bad for Fantasy Premier League managers. Actually, I would really advise anyone to try as much as possible to avoid taking points. Except when you are just pushed to the core. This game week, I think I want to captain Townsend. Townsend is the differential captain I chose during my top captaincy picks video, where I talked about Townsend having a good fixture and how he has been performing and how likely he might do in the coming game week. So for now, Townsend is still going to be my captain. Now I'm still really, for like I said earlier, I'm confused between having to keep Lukaku in the squad or taking out Lukaku. Let me know what you think about my squad in the comments section below. Should I take out Lukaku or I should keep him ahead and use and transfer him out after the game week starts? Now the possible options for me for replacement for Lukaku are currently Vardy and Harry Kane. I checked the funds I have. If I take out Lukaku, I'm able to sign Harry Kane. Now there's a reason why I actually don't want to sign Vardy, despite the fact that he's the most transferred in player currently, because he's somehow gotten to this peak where he's the most high valued fantasy Premier League striker according to points so far this season, scoring about 51 points, I think. So he's currently the highest, and we can, this is when it's just about the jinx. It's just about the jinx. When everybody goes to sign a particular player, then you just see blanks for the coming game week. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. There's just something about it in Fantasy Premier League that things always turn out that way. So like I said, please let me know what you think. What do you think I should do in the comment section below? Okay, so let's move on to the other players in the squad and let's talk about what I think they could do in the coming game week. So now the first player, we have Guaita on the goal post, and I think I'm going to be replacing him with Raya. Guaita is playing against Newcastle United, and they've just changed their coach. They sacked the coach, and they will be having an interim coach for the game week. Now we could see this could actually ginger these players to try to give out their best performances. They are no longer under the old coach. We could see Newcastle try as much as possible to score against Crystal Palace.